Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcasts ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the E-commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's E-commerce Minute, episode 320.
In today's episode, eBay now sells wireless plans with used phones.
With the release of new smartphones from Apple, Samsung, and soon a new Google Pixel 3, a flood of people will soon be flipping their phones. One of the biggest marketplaces for secondhand phones is, of course, eBay. eBay is among the world's biggest marketplace for buying and selling phones, with one sold every 4 seconds in the U.S. alone. A great benefit to buying a secondhand phone is there's no contract, but no contract means your phone is a brick until you find a carrier and a wireless plan. eBay is solving that problem with a new service offering. When purchasing a used phone on the site, you can also add a prepaid wireless phone plan as an add-on option in the listing. A checkbox underneath the Add to Cart button offers a 30-day unlimited wireless plan from Red Pocket Mobile. You can tailor your wireless plan to your budget. A 30-day unlimited wireless plan can be had for $29, up to a 360-day unlimited wireless plan for $249. Red Pocket is a mobile virtual network operator, or MVNO, that lets subscribers choose any major carrier they want to use, a key factor given that coverage varies depending on where you are in the country. Quote, Red Pocket Mobile is the natural partner for us to launch our add-on wireless plan, noted category manager David Grimm. Because Red Pocket works on all America's major networks, their service can apply to virtually all of the millions of phones sold on eBay. The partnership makes good sense for both companies. Anyone looking for affordable smartphones generally goes to eBay first to look for the devices, and bundling a wireless plan along with the headset makes for a better buying experience for the customer. eBay. I like this.
Me too. I gotta get all the 5 phones I have in my move. I mean, they're old.
Wait, how many did you find? 5?
Yeah.
Did you find any of your old Nokias? Remember we used to have those Nokia phones?
No, I haven't.
We were the coolest guys. We were the coolest guys in the bar because we had a Nokia phone that got like text messages. It was really neat.
Well, you remember I had the fancy Bluetooth one that where I hook it up to my laptop and I could actually browse the internet at really low speeds.
What was the Nokia? My favorite was the 51. What was it? 51.
Yeah, and then the upgradable, like the bigger one was the whatever. It's like the blue version.
Phones. You know what? We were just kind of 51. Oh my God, the 5110. You can still get one for $40.
You got a little too excited about that.
Bart, I love this phone. That was my favorite cell phone I ever had. You know, we were just kind of like being grumpy old men and talking about how just things are so crazy now with social media and everyone's glued to their phones. And it's really kind of making me long for the old days. You actually just use your phone to make phone calls and you talk to people. I don't know.
Remember, I know we're just going to go on a tangent right now, but remember when we went to one of the conferences in LA? Were you there? And one of the tech guys, like really, really technology, just had a flip phone. Like everybody had the new iPhones.
Well, that's like kind of a hipster move.
It was totally. I found out what the story is later.
That's a baller move. It really is.
It was really funny.
That is a baller move. It's like,
I kind of want to do that.
Have it on his belt.
Yes.
Like a Dwight Schrute kind of belt phone thing.
I found out why, but it wasn't what we think. It was.
No, it wasn't as fun and exciting as we thought.
No, but still, that's funny when he just shows up in a tech event. I want to do that. I really want to pull that off.
That's a baller move. Yeah, no checking the social meds. So anyway, I think it's a great move for eBay. I think obviously the people who are looking for secondhand phones are more of a budget than the people who automatically upgrade to the new iPhone X and whatever. I mean, I've known people who've had budgetary problems and find very creative ways to get cell phone and cell phone service using eBay and prepaid phone cards, and bundling this together. I think is going to help a lot of people out. I mean, that's just from my my empathetic side, and obviously it's a great business move.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy because here, phones were always subsidized. Overseas they're not. You buy a phone, which is crazy.
Right.
But I can see the budgetary things, and for me or you or anybody in our company, that's our hammer, right? If you're a carpenter, that is our work. That's our tool that we work with every day, right? But
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have, you just want to be, contact with your family and stuff like that, and you don't do a lot of stuff on it, it's perfect.
Yeah. And I think it's getting a little top heavy when you're now saying that the best iPhone is now $1,500. That's out of the reach for a whole lot of people. I mean, it's just not practical in any sense of the word. But at the same time, as they age out some of this older technology, it gets harder and harder for people to keep up. So they are forced to upgrade, unfortunately. Except for those guys, the flip phone belt guys, it's hard. It's hard out, but like I said, if you don't need all the bells and whistles, why should you spend $1,000 on a phone? Why?
No, you shouldn't. Your basics should be having a browser and then have obviously a phone and texting and a browser. That is it.
I mean,
you don't need all the craziness.
It's unfortunate that you even that there isn't even a choice. Like, you have to have a phone and you have to have internet now to find a job or to get anything done. That's just how the world is now. And for some people, that's a bit of a hardship, even just to try to afford that. So anything that can do that to make that easier, that's
I look at it as a while ago now. There was a plan in Philly to give some of the homeless BlackBerries. Back in the day. And that really was to get their benefits, because there was no way they're not getting checks and stuff like that. So the idea was that they'll send it to the phone and you can go to a bank or whatever else and get money out. It makes it easier now, obviously, but it's not a bad idea, right? So the homeless that are there and get benefits anyway, that's how you send them money.
Huh, that's interesting. I hadn't heard that one. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. All right. So if you want to go check it out, the company is Red Pocket. What is it? Red Pockets.
We're talking about a company. You don't know what the company name is?
The company's Red Pocket Mobile. But if you go and look if you search for some used phones in eBay, you're going to see that option pop up now. And like I said, you can tailor that to your budget. I mean, $29 for 30 days of wireless is pretty darn good if your phone's already paid for. So, it's not like that T-Mobile.
$3 unlimited everything, huh?
Yeah, it's not like that T-Mobile bill I get every month. I'm like, it's like almost like a car payment now.
Whoa, new free unlimited calling to all the countries. What? 72 countries? That's cool. So the lowest price is $10.
Oh, there's 10, so it's just minutes.
No, it is $10 for 500 minutes, 500 text, 500 megabytes of LTE data.
You know what? And that's more than enough for some people.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see it democratized like that. All right, great story. You got anything else, Dad?
That is it.
All right, full show notes are at ecommerceminute.co. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.